I have submitted all of my assignments, so now I get to do this video. Discuss my own development in the course and what I have learned. So something we learned about, I feel like pretty early on, was environmental justice and how we can advocate for communities. And I think as a social worker, sometimes we might think we know it all. And something that I feel like we were taught in this course is we actually need to hear and listen to the community first before we decide what programs they need or what we need to implement in order for them to thrive. When you don't listen to the communities, it can go the other way around. Instead of going the way that you want it to go, and instead of the community thriving, they're actually upset with you because they feel like you didn't listen. They feel like you don't see them. So that was really important for me, because I feel like I can come up with 1,000,001 ideas, but if the community doesn't like my ideas, then they shouldn't be implemented. Identify and share one of your most meaningful insights from the course. One of the most meaningful insights, just the fact that we can help whole communities, like not even just individuals or families, but we can go into a community of a number of people and change the dynamic for them, and still, as I had said previously, in listening to them and asking them what they want. And another way that is meaningful is because I think something that we learned in this course was to not necessarily take everything and us be at the forefront of the change, but letting the people in the community be at the forefront of the change, and letting them be the face and letting them speak, because ultimately I don't live in the community that I want to help. They do, and so they should get the platform. Discuss at least 2 lessons learned from this semester. 2 lessons learned from this semester would be that I still am working on APA format. It's a hard thing. I don't think it's easy. And I learned a lot because in this class, because we had to do APA a lot. And so I feel like I got better at that in a sense. And then another lesson, just some of the stories that we got to read really made me think about how social work really is, and how it's not just us going in and trying to change things, but it really is about families being staying together, or the child that you need to take away from the family because it's a bad situation, and how can you make that better for them, or the mother who's about to lose her children, and how can you help her keep her children. But just realizing that there's some real severe situations that we have to learn how to be compassionate towards, if we want to be the best social worker that we can be. Share your post-graduation plans with us. What will you be doing in the near future? So I accepted a job at Norton Healthcare as a doula, and if you don't know what that is, it's just basically supporting women through their pregnancy and through their labor. The cool thing about this position is that we are only assisting women in low-income areas, and also helping them find resources so that they can give their baby and they can have the best pregnancy possible. So that can mean if I have a woman that is homeless and comes in and she's part of our program, we can help her find the best place to stay, help her apply for WIC. So to me, it has really been, because I have already started, has been a really, really great experience to see mothers especially minorities, enjoy their birthing experiences and getting what they want out of it, and not just feeling like because they don't have insurance or because they don't have the best situation that they can just be treated however. So that's what I'm doing for now. And yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing for a while, because I really enjoy it, and I guess we will just see what happens after that, because I don't plan to be there forever. I have my own dreams, but for right now, I have a very big passion for single mothers and children, and so this is just kind of another aspect of that. And so learning more about this part, which can be pregnancy and even postpartum, can be really traumatic for a lot of mothers, and especially single mothers. So it's been very fulfilling thus far. How have you changed and grown over the past 2 years? I would say, so I have had to juggle school with having my children, and now recently working in practicum. And I've only had to I've always had to juggle my children and school, but having to juggle children and practicum and work and everything else at the same time, I've had to do that for maybe about a month, and it has probably been the hardest thing I have ever done. There's been a lot of sleepless nights, and I've been super tired, but I feel like it has made me more consistent. It has made me only want to work harder, because I feel like I'm that much closer to a goal, and just knowing that I can do it is really, really cool to see that I started 5 years ago going towards my bachelor's degree, and now I'm at the very end, and like I'm going to graduate, and that's just I don't know, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty amazing that I did it. So how I've changed and how I've grown, I think just all of that has made me a better person and a more consistent person, and more responsible. What is your favorite experience in the BSW program? I would have to say practicum has been my favorite experience, and the reason why is because I have met so many social workers, have met other students in the program, and getting to hear their experiences, where they come from, why they became a social worker, or where they have worked or where they will be working. That has been my favorite experience, just because I love to get to know people and hear their stories. So I would have to say that my favorite experience has been practicum.